Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my setup of my all new reading journal. So I've wanted to do a reading journal for a while, but I just genuinely didn't think I had the skill or the creativity to be able to do it. I get a lot of inspiration from watching journaling videos, and straight from the top I will shout out Manda Maid, who is my favourite reading journal creator. I will link her down in the description. I just think she's absolutely fantastic. So I have never ever thought that I could do anything like she does, but I wanted to give it a good old try. I am so excited to be bringing a reading journal to my life and my channel. And I'm going to be documenting every book that I read, but just with short reviews. So I'm not going to do full page spreads for books unless I absolutely am obsessed with them. It's going to be more of a record keeping place of all of the books I've read. Normally all this information is just in a spreadsheet for me, so it's a little bit different having it written down, using some stickers, using some stationery and washi tape, but we're going to give it a good go. I also do have a reading journal supplies video up on my channel for all of the stuff I bought to do this reading journal. So again, I'll link that in the description. But for now, we're doing the cover page, and the thing I need to mention here is the big sticker I've got, which is the Surreal Tea Company. It's an ACOTAR reference, and that sticker was actually bought for me by the lovely Emily over at Emily Kathleen Reads. I thought it was so cute, and I just had no idea what to actually use it for because I wanted to use it for something good. So the cover page of my journal feels like a very appropriate place. I feel like the voiceover in this video is going to be a little bit off and on because I don't really have much to say about some of these pages. I'm brand new to doing this, so I don't really know what to tell you. Clearly, I'm currently collaging a front cover. You can see that. Any advice on how to actually do these videos would be greatly appreciated. Oh, this is where I feel like a professional journaler, and I just so happen to, from ages ago, have a Micron fine liner. So that felt, you saw it for a flash, it happened. This is now going to be my books read kind of challenge. So my Goodreads goal is to read 200 books. And I've painstakingly drawn out a square for 200 books, which I will fill in with a certain colour associated to the rating. This took so long to do. I actually got it completely wrong. You'll see at the top of the page there's like a new sheet stuck over because I got it so wrong. I completely messed up the page. I genuinely could have cried over squares. So here is me drawing out 200 squares perfectly. Well, it looks like we're picking up a little bit of speed now. We've got a process going. No, I'll just skip that one in the middle. What's going on, Chloe? What are you doing? Okay, one page down. I'm roughly marking out what numbers I've got, and then here we go. I've skipped through nearly a whole page for you there. Look, what a treat. And then we're on to the final page. Wow. Really not forcing you to sit through this. So those are all of my book spread squares. I have a key there that I just flashed you. I'll show you that in a little bit more detail later on. But I have a colour rating system from 1 to 5 stars. On this page, I wanted to do some sort of graph that showed how many books I read every month. So I've gone with just a simple bar chart style thing that will have the months along the bottom and number of books along the side. So each month I'll just draw in a different colour what the total number of books that I read. I obviously didn't like how books read looked there, so I've decided to cover it all up and try again. That would have bothered me if I didn't fix it. That's better. Okay, so now what I have weirdly decided to do is to write down my entire physical TBR, and this sounds like an okay plan for people who don't have a crazy TBR. Mine is 500 pages long. 500 books long. So I've done 5 pages of physical writing it down, just because I like the process. I like coming in and crossing things off when I read them. So I'm going to give you 5 pages of physical TBR. What that does mean is it's not every book, so I'm going to have to come back in at some point in the future. I haven't left any pages, I'll just do it further into my journal. I'll have to come back in and add some more pages like this. Whether I will actually bother is a different story, because this took so long. Yeah, it's a long process that definitely doesn't get done in this video, but that is what I decided to do. So each of these pages are being decorated with a bit of an old book page from a damaged book I've rescued. A little bit of washi tape in most cases. This one was quite see-through, so I had to add it to some white paper so you could actually see it on the page. So bit of washi tape, bit of a book page, and a sticker. I've gone with this vintage sticker set that I got in my haul of stuff, and I think they kind of work throughout all the pages. It brings it all together to have the same kind of sticker theme, even though I try and make all the pages slightly different. So what I'm doing is that trick of highlighting every other line to give you sort of something to write on that's not as blank as a blank page. So I've tried to use a different colour throughout. Clearly starting with pink, because everything I do is pink. I love that my head is just blocking a whole page there. Okay, onto some blue. I didn't have enough colours of the same highlighters, so the lines are slightly different, and I don't like that, but it's better in person, I promise. There we go, add some more stickers, back to the blue. It was quite a tedious process drawing these lines, I won't lie. Oh, and then I don't show you the rest. I'm sure I'll show you later. I now wanted to put in a YouTube tracker. It's not really a tracker, just more of a note to have starting number of subscribers, and then I will note down any sort of milestone throughout the year. This is my favourite page and my maybe most used page at the minute. It is my Chloe versus Emily challenge. So me and my lovely friend Emily, who I mentioned earlier, are doing a TBR challenge throughout the year where we're trying to have the lowest net numbers of books on our TBR. So we take the books that we've read in the month and add back on hauled books, take off unhauled books, and try and reduce our TBRs by the most. So every month we are noting down each other's progress. And the winner, we still haven't decided what the winner gets. It's basically bragging rights, but I feel like bragging rights is actually a very big success in this sort of challenge. So I did have this set up in another notebook, and I quickly realised what I was missing, like what I needed to see. So I put in a few more details into this than I did in my other notebook. So I've done a nice table, coloured it in pink, outlined it, and now I'm detailing the month, the number of books added to my TBR, taken off, the net number, the cumulative balance for the year, and then Emily's balance for the year. My starting TBR, closing TBR, and the challenge winner. I already have my January, February and March numbers at this point, so I'm just jotting those in for myself. And I ended on +3, and then these post-it notes are what I keep up to date throughout the month of books I've read and books I've unhauled. So I decided I wanted to use that weird page at the start. It's always a, do you leave it, do you stick it down, like what's the best idea? But I decided to make it a goals page. So I have this like vellum see-through paper that I thought would look really cool. And then I've decided to do my reading goals, my content goals, and my Patreon goals. So jotted them down on some squared paper so that it sticks out, looks a bit different, add a nice little sticker and a title that says goals. So now we're on to another day, and I need to work out how to film this better because I'm sorry, it's giving me like slight vertigo in how I've shown you this, but I tried my best. So this is me coming back in and filling in some of the pages for what I'd already read from January, February and March. So this is my books read page, and I'm colouring in a box for all of the books I'd read based on the rating I gave it. So you can see that there's a lot of purple, which is amazing, a lot of 5 stars, but there's that blank box as well, and that's because there is a book I read that I didn't rate, but I still wanted to include it because it will otherwise throw off the total number of books I've read. So that's all of my ratings pretty much filled in. I had a really good start to the reading year. There's a lot of high ratings there. And I kind of enjoyed updating this in bulk. It was fun. So now we're going over to that, the little graph I was telling you about with a different colour for each month. And I think I've decided that the colour of the bar that I've used here is the colour I'm going to theme those monthly pages on. It's just a little bit different because I'm catching up, but in the future, when I pick a colour, that's going to also be my cover page colour for that month, if that makes sense. So January is going to be pink. As I said, everything's pink. Just adding in the numbers onto the squares so I can see what I gave each numbered book. It's more of an aesthetic thing anyway, but I can hopefully tie it back a little bit easier. So is this me showing you everything I've done? I think it is. So there is my finished cover page with the 2025 reading journal and the Surreal Tea Company. My goals, so read 120 books, finish 3 series, read 5 NetGalley veterans, being the reading goals. All of my books read coloured in, so that is 36 books for the first 3 months of the year. Some more blank pages. Yes, I've not rubbed like the pencil stuff out yet, but it's okay, we'll get there. We then have the pages ready for my full physical TBR. So there is 4, 6, 8, and 10. I'm really hoping this goes back into focus. Come on, Chloe, you can do this. My YouTube tracker and my Chloe versus Emily challenge. As I said, those post-it notes get a lot of use. And then we also have this series tracker I brought in for books I read before 2025 and books I read after. So there we have it, guys. That is my full reading journal setup for the year. It's really weird that I'm doing this in April, I know, but I decided to do it, so here we are. I will be bringing you update videos of January, February and March, looking back retrospectively at those months. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those. But on that note, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.